State. The NBA, ladies and gentlemen, is on a major ratings decline. I wonder why. Beyonce put on a better performance in NRG Stadium Field than CJ Stroud. Damn, she performed better than that dude. Holy hell. And Kirk Cousins is the richest guy on the bench. Now replaced by rookie quarterback Michael Penix in Atlanta. The holidays is over, man. The holiday is over. Christmas is over. And we standing back on business right here on The Real, the Sports Talk Show.
Can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number one, that's what I'm meant to do. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah, turn me up. Big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up? I told her move over, enough of that mediocre. I've been the man since cruising around in the stroller. I got ice in my veins like a cut in Minnesota. Why not show you how I'm built? Come a little closer, ayy. Lot of heart, been smart, aura gotta glow. We can restart, give head start, still get the same result. I'm about mine, don't you get it confused. I'ma win again, yeah, that's all that I do. I got that dog in me, yeah, turn me up. Big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me.
All right, man. Thank you guys so very much for being here with us. We hope that you had a wonderful and safe, Merry Christmas, wherever in the world you are. We are the Real Sports Podcast, and around here, we talk about the latest news coming from the world of NFL and the NBA. We give it to you straight up and down like 6 o'clock around here, and we say the things that ESPN people don't say that they need to say. We say the stuff that they're supposed to be saying. Yeah. We are the most realist and entertaining sports podcast on YouTube today. Sit back and relax and enjoy the show. This show is sponsored by SeatGeek and Bonfire.com. You click on the link in the description box below. We have Real Sports t-shirts, hats, hoodies, all that good stuff. Click on that. Go check it out in the store. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know who they are. Here they are. Shout out to Q. Shout out to the dog. Shout out to you, Q, the legendary Q dog. Shout out to him. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you today the voices. These two men are the reason why we are here today. They are the Real Sports Podcast panel, and he is the pioneer of this fine establishment. This man has been with me since day one. He says 12:40 is late to him because he used to be here 12:30. But this man here is the loyal champion of the world, representing the 3-time Super Bowl champion, the Las Vegas Raiders. And he is the orange and black, baby, Oklahoma State alumni, the real Cowboys. The real Cowboys. Oklahoma State alumni. This man is a wrestling archive. Oh, my God. He's the Real Sports Wrestling Trivia Champion. If you want pro wrestling, you go to Mark. You go to Mark right now. He'll book his show, all that. He's like the Black Vince McMahon without the scandal. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the very talented and Mr. Young Mark.
Hey, man, I was going to say, host trying to take my reputation of 1 minute. Hey, but what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy to be back. I'm excited. I'm in the championship of the fantasy football and the different.
Let's go.
So I'm calling on the powers of Oklahoma State. I need that orange power. Mason Rudolph, it's up to you, man. You're the quarterback. I need you to help me win the championship. Come on, bro. Go Colts. Come
Let's
on.
go. Mason, wait a minute. Mason Rudolph is your starter?
Yeah, Anthony Richardson might not play. My starting quarterback, Jalen Hurts, got a concussion, so he out. The only person I could pick up was Mason. So it's on you, number 11. Don't turn into Will Levis, please, man. I'm begging you.
Yeah, but it's a guy I know in Roanoke, Virginia. He's a Tennessee Titan fan. He called Will Levis the mayonnaise man. He's like,
That's
yo, I
accurate.
gotta. He's like, yo, we got to get the mayonnaise man out of there. We got to get him out
That
of
is
there.
accurate.
That's crazy. All right, next up. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars, baby, Duval County. And if you don't like it, just teal with it, baby.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Just teal
Deal with it for
it.
another year.
Yeah, another year. Yes, sir. The 2024 Real Sports Podcast MVP. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Rockstar Rock in the building.
How y'all doing? Good afternoon. We're looking to give y'all a good show. Talk some some interesting things about the 3 topics we got to bring y'all today. And shout out to everyone and happy holidays, happy new year.
Yeah,
show me
your hoodie, bro. Show me your hoodie. Sport that hoodie for him, Rock.
Oh, I'm sporting it. It's the hoodie my oldest daughter got me for Christmas. So, I decided to sport it for her, show that support.
You love the kids. You love the kids.
I love my kids. And that, just my
Yeah. We got Pause.
Shout out my homie Dallas, man.
Yeah, we got allegations out there. We got,
We got
down the back.
Vincent, man, the Vincent man, and all that good shit too. Yeah, my bad, bro. My bad. Well, I got the Mr. Episode, and I got the man, the MVP. Oh, I forgot MVP.
Appreciate it again.
They got two of my guys here, man. Today we're gonna run through this thing, man. We got a good show for you guys. I'm gonna sit back and let these guys do what they do. But who's in the line? What up? But before we start the show, let me get this show out of here. Okay. All right. I had to get my stuff together. Before I start the show, man, tributes, man. We, you know how we go, man. We got to go. We got to say rest in peace to Greg Gumbel. Greg Gumbel, man. Those of you know that Greg Gumbel, Jesus Christ. And that's
in the headline.
Yeah, man. I can't do a show without, putting Greg Gumbel passed away at the age of 78 years old. I didn't even know he was that old, of cancer. And those of you know, man, that have been watching sports throughout the years, man, Greg Gumbel has been that guy for CBS Sports. When you say CBS Sports, it's always Greg Gumbel. From Super Bowls to AFC, because AFC does the CBS does AFC championship games, Wembley, the tennis. I mean, it just go on and on with Greg Gumbel. Greg Gumbel kind of reminded me of like a guy like Mark, just a guy that's been. I mean, this guy, they just celebrated 50 years. He's been with CBS 50 years, bro. That's loyalty to the fullest, bro. 50 years. Greg Gumbel has been the staple of CBS, and it's just tragically that he has now passed away at the age of 78. He would be highly, highly, highly missed. And CBS, I don't think anybody else. Y'all know anybody else that can replace this guy? I can't.
Closest you got is maybe Jim Nance.
Yeah, but
Jim
he
Nance.
about to
Yeah, Jim
retire
Nance.
though.
Yeah.
Jim
Yeah,
Nance
yeah, sure
retiring,
is.
man.
Yeah.
This is last year.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
Jim
say
Nance
maybe
is out of
Iron
there.
Eagle.
The only other person I can see
Iron
doing
Eagle,
it that can probably take. I mean, we still got pause. We still got Dickie V though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still got him, right? We still got him.
Yeah.
Wow. Iron Eagle will be my top candidate.
Yeah.
Iron Eagle. Yeah, Iron Eagle. Yeah. I agree
Or
with that.
is that Marv Albert? Is he
Nah,
I
still
Marv
wish.
retired. You talking about
I wish.
No,
That's my
I'm
favorite
talking
announcer.
about Mike. Is it Mike? He be doing he the announcer for the Knicks games, and he also do ABC NBA games.
Tirico?
Oh, Mike Tirico.
I think that's him.
Mike Tirico. That'd
He
be
with
with
NBC right
Collinsworth.
now.
Yeah, he with Collinsworth on Sunday nights. I hate Collinsworth. God, shit. I hate that shit.
Nah, not Mike
Yeah,
Tirico.
Oh, that's
I think
Tirico?
his name Mike Breen or something like that.
Breen. I ain't never
Breen.
heard him call
Breen.
a football game before.
Is that the one that be like
Wouldn't have
bang? Is that one
Yep.
bang?
Or
Okay.
if
Yeah,
CBS
Ray
should
Allen
do
hit
is
that bang in the corner
CBS
against
should
Spurs.
try to get
Watch
Gus
it, Mark.
CBS should try to get Gus Johnson over there out of Fox.
Man,
Oh yeah,
Gus
that would
Johnson.
suck for their college football, but that would be great for the NFL, man.
yeah, that would be cool.
His game when he used to call the NFL games, that used to be crazy, yo. He's got
He
get
called
away
a
from
crazy.
the
I remember
cops.
he called a crazy Jacksonville game one time. My boy
Yeah,
had a return,
Mm.
but RIP to Mr. Gumbel,
and
man.
David Garrard threw
Definitely
Yeah,
that.
man. Hell yeah, David Garrard. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Shout
I
out David
remember
Garrard.
that.
Southern
David
Durham
Garrard
High
was
School,
a
baby.
dog, bro. David Garrard was a dog. ECU, baby. Oh
Yeah.
man,
Southern
David
Durham,
Garrard.
baby.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
Greg Gumbel's gonna be truly missed, man.
yeah, he is, man.
Voice
He
of
is,
the
man.
Final Four from my
Word.
era growing up. He the voice of the Final Four, and like you said, the AFC or the AFC Championship games or the Super Bowls that were played on CBS, and he also was on NBC as well as did a little bit
That's
of
true.
ABC games on ABC as well back in the day.
That's
So,
true.
Great
That's very
pioneer.
true.
I mean, we wouldn't have a podcast if it wasn't for some of the doors
There
he
you go.
opened. So
Yep. That's a good point, Mark. I said Mark. Rock. That's a good point.
yes, you
That's a
good.
good point, bro. That is a great point right there. We would not have a part. He's a trailblazer for stuff like this, man. Definitely. God. Another
Definitely
legend, bro.
I appreciate him.
Yeah, me too,
Literally,
man.
my oldest football memory involves a game that he called. It's a game that me and host remember for all the wrong reasons. I can literally remember before the ref came out to make the decision. Greg Gumbel was on commentary, but he was the commentator in the infamous Tuck Rule
Typo.
game, and that's
Right.
that's the game that made me a Raider fan.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy,
Yeah,
Take
bro.
TML.
Yeah, man. Damn. Yeah, legends, man. You know, I guess all legends got to go, man. But damn, this guy here, man. But anyway, all right, man. Let's get this show popping here. Let's get this show popping again. We thank you guys for being here. I want to thank all 3,000, and I'm saying this. I'm not WWE with my fake numbers. 3,930 subscribers. We are on our way to 4,000 subscribers. Holy shit. I did not know. Oh my God. But I thank every last one of y'all. Thank every last one of the subscribers, man. Hey, y'all here to see Mark and Rockstar Rock do their thing today. So here we go. Let's jump on over to the NBA. NBA. Interesting. Old. It's a little old because, you know, come on. I ain't had the show because of the holidays. But I figured I wanted to squeeze this in because Rockstar Rock is an NBA expert here. So I really want to get his opinion on this here. But the NBA ratings has declined majorly, like majorly. And my thing is Rick Pitino basketball legend, head coach Rick Pitino. He said something, but I'm going to read this. It says, no secret that the NBA's ratings have suffered an enormous downfall in the past years, but now it seems that the sport's popularity is lower than it has ever been. As part of an ever-growing population, it truly makes no sense that such a popular game would lose its demands over time, especially as the league has expanded to all corners of the world. Anyway, during the NBA Cup Finals in Las Vegas, Adam Silver had to address the subject, explaining to the press that the organization is in constant analysis of this situation, trying to innovate as much as possible. See, y'all listen to that. They're trying to innovate as much as possible. See, that's a problem. We try to innovate as much as possible to keep the numbers afloat while balancing between a healthy but entertaining sport. Another problem. But this is why so many actors around the basketball world have been outspoken about what is the best way to reactivate the game's popularity. One of the latest to address the declining situation was none other than legendary coach Rick Pitino, who believes that more physicality and stricter officiating are the ways to improve. And he said this, and I quote, he said this on Twitter. He said, it has been reported that the NBA ratings are down 28% this year alone. That's major. Suggesting bring back hand checking and more physicality. The players are too strong, too quick, and have become amazing shooters. So I'm going to stop talking here, and I'm going to go to the MVP here and ask him, MVP, what would the NBA, what do you think the NBA needs to do to get the ratings back up?
Well, first off, they need to well, I think what they're slowly doing is they're starting to broadcast more games on local TV, like on ABC. Some of their marquee games, they have them on both telecasts on ABC and ESPN. But it all comes down to the product of what people are seeing. You can have these outlets to have the games on TNT and True TV on simulcast and all these different platforms. But it comes down to what the people are watching. People are tired of seeing in the first two possessions of a game, 8 3-pointers been taken, but there ain't been no defense played. And it seems like every team is looking out being the same. No team has its own identity in the NBA outside of let's say Boston and Cleveland right now. And then if you look at Denver and Miami, it's a few teams that got their own identity outside of what a lot of the other teams are doing. A lot of other teams everybody's getting up threes. There's no defense being played, and if it is defense being played, it's more of how is the foul situation looking. But yeah. I mean, the NBA, the rules are altered anyway for entertainment value. I get what Rick Pitino is saying. Bring back hand checking. Call traveling. Like you got dudes taking 4 steps to get to the lane, but they've been taught all year. They've been taught from kindergarten, from when they picked up a basketball to when they played in elementary, rec league, high school, how many steps it is in basketball. And then when you're in college, it's called that way. It starts from there. The NBA is not ready. The NBA, the kids the people that are coming in the NBA, a lot of them are not NBA ready because they have to rechange their mind as far as within the rules of the game. Traveling, like LeBron, when he came in, they were still calling traveling. So his mind didn't have to adjust. But nowadays, they don't call it. So the kids that coming in from college that when they watching, let's say here, they watching LeBron take 4 steps to get to the rim, and they try to do that in the college game and get called for travel. They like, oh, damn, I can't. The product that I'm watching at the next level is showing me that I can do this. So it has to start with the rules. change the rules a little bit.
Yeah,
like traveling back into it because of the simple fact you need to necessarily make the game more physical. And cut out. We understand needs the entertainment value. That's always going to be there. But at the same time, you're teaching this game to everyone across the world. And we all know at different levels, the game is taught at a much physical level than it is in the NBA.
Right.
College is more physical than the NBA.
Right.
High school basketball.
Right.
Rec league. I don't see these kids be more physical than I've seen in the NBA.
Absolutely. My team, Jesus. You're right. You are right.
It starts there, man. Rick Pitino, right. When he was coaching in the league, they had hand checking. They had certain rules to allow the defense to have some type of advantage. Nowadays, it's the same within the NFL. The defense don't have an advantage no more. It's all offense. Same within the NBA. There's no defense anymore. It's just entertainment.
Yes.
You can't even play a zone. You can't even play. That's the craziest thing about it. You teach a kid how to know his spots within the defense on the 2-3 zone, and then when he gets to the NBA, he can't even really learn that no more because of the defensive 3 seconds. That should be out. They should allow the center to be able to block shots. Wemby leads the league in blocks, but you know how many he averages a game? He averages about 4. Based off his stats. That brother should be putting up like 10 blocks a game because they just let him stand there and make these defenders work. Make these offensive players work. Like,
I agree. I so agree.
Water down the league. It's what I was used to. I enjoyed watching the NBA when it was when you knew the physicality was going to be there based off the map between the teams, no matter who was playing.
Right.
Those years when Steve Nash was on the Phoenix Suns in the playoffs against the LA Clippers, and the Phoenix Suns had like 8 they was only playing like 8 people during that playoff series against the LA Clippers, and the Clippers was the much more physical team. The Suns pulled that out. That's the type of stuff we like this as fans. We like to see. There's no underdog in the NBA no more.
No, not at all. That's when they had Mari Stoudemire, right? Mari Stoudemire.
Well, Stoudemire was hurt. That was he got hurt in the playoffs.
Okay.
They had Boris Diaw playing.
Boris Diaw. That's a fact. Yeah, Boris Diaw. Oh man, damn. Yeah, I agree with you. The physicality is definitely taking a back seat in basketball. It's just major. It's hurting. It's hurting the game, Adam. It's hurting the game, bro. It's hurting the game. Look at him. It's hurting the game. Well, Mark, I know this is out of your realm of the gridiron. And, I know this is out of your realm, but you still have some basketball knowledge in you.
Oh yeah.
But what would you do, man, or what do you think the NBA needs to do to get the ratings back up?
I'm gonna say something that's incredibly controversial, and I know host is gonna play the biggest I disagree with Mark card in the history of the show.
Push that button simultaneously.
But the NBA just needs to stop letting big men shoot threes, man. Take it back to the 90s and bring back that 90s style of basketball, like T-Rock said.
Boy, I'll give you a hug if I could.
Where dudes are allowed to get physical, get chippy a little bit, talk a little junk.
Yeah.
I ain't saying you got to have Kobe Bryant and Chris Childs every night,
Right.
Bring back that excitement. Let dudes be competitive again. Get flopping out of the game.
Yeah.
I think that's hurting it a lot. Like, people look at basketball and quite literally and openly are calling it soft. Because of the way that it's officiated and with the way the dudes are like flopping and faking fouls and stuff. Like get that stuff out of there. Yeah. And also, I think I kind of missed the era where you had like intense competitive rivalries in the NBA, where you had Boston and LA being an intense rivalry, or even recently with like the CP3 like Clippers going at it back and forth with Golden State. all the exciting playoff series we got out of that. I think it's missing that also. And then on a personal note, for y'all who don't know, I'm a diehard Charlotte Hornets fan, and I wish the NBA would move away from their old television model of putting the small market teams on like these local regional networks. Do kind of like what some of the college football leagues have done, like the Big 12, for example. Put like your smaller market teams instead of having them on Valley Sports, which nobody gets anymore. Put them on a streaming service like ESPN Plus or Hulu or Netflix or something like that. Something that people can easily access,
I agree.
and it allows more people to watch their games. I haven't been able to watch a single Hornets game all season because I don't get Valley Sports in my current cable package. But if the Hornets were on ESPN Plus, I'd be able to watch them whenever I wanted. League Pass is cool, but I think that business model is proven that's more so an NFL thing than an NBA thing.
Yeah.
Because, one thing that I think we all kind of agree on here, you really don't start getting excited for the NBA or anticipating the NBA until you get closer to the playoffs.
Yes, sir.
The regular season NBA, you can kind of fly over it,
Yes, sir.
especially now that the All-Star game kind of sucks. So really, like, people don't start looking for the NBA, at least not in the circles that I run with. People don't really start to look for the NBA until we get closer to the playoffs. So I think they need to find a way to get the regular season more exciting. I think you do that by bringing back physicality, and by also bringing back those rivalries that we used to have, and then also making the game more accessible to people. Make it easier for people to find and watch your product instead of putting the Hornets or the Memphis Grizzlies or somebody like who's not nationally televised. Instead of putting them on like Valley Sports or Fox Sports Net or something, put them on ESPN Plus. Give them to Amazon. Give them to YouTube. Somebody. Netflix. There's streaming services all over the place.
Bro.
They get to be on NBA TV.
I don't even get NBA TV in my TV package.
You know they got it where you can like download the app and you can actually buy just your package from games. Like 1 year, I think what year was it? I think it was 2021. The year 2021, I brought the team package for just the Celtics games. And I was just able to see all of the out of market Celtics games. So I mean they do have certain packages like that, but I get what you're saying though. If the small market, you should be able to have access to see them on live TV or some things that nature.
I agree.
Yeah, but why should I have to pay an additional fee for an additional streaming service on top of everything else that I already have, on top of all the bills that I have? Like, again, a lot of people have ESPN Plus. A lot of people, because of shopping, already have Amazon. A lot of people, because of entertainment, already have Hulu and Netflix.
College football, all of they lower market, in college football, all of they low tier subdivision teams, you can watch all of their games. Even in college basketball, you can watch their games on ESPN Plus. So
that's how I keep up with HBCU football. That's how I watch a lot of Oklahoma State games this year. So that's just that's one major thing I think would help them put more of your games in an easier way for people to get a hold of. That would solve a lot.
Yeah.
But
that's
stop letting these damn big men shoot threes, bro. Malik Monk should have been 6th man of the year last year.
I agree.
I had to get it off my chest one more time.
You should. I agree with you. I agree with Rock.
It's about the amount of games you play now. That's why they did that.
Yeah.
That's why
I agree.
Embiid won the MVP last year, but he didn't play 62 games.
Yeah, exactly.
I think. And Jokic might be going for a 4th, and his team not winning.
This thing not even winning, bro.
And one more thing I do want to say though, we also need more stars in the NBA.
Yes, sir.
And specifically more American stars. Like a lot of the faces of the game are players from overseas.
Yes, sir. Like, it's becoming a Euro
league.
No shade at American stars.
No shade at T-Rock in the Celtics. Like, I'm saying this with no shade at all. But Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they're great basketball players. You don't really see them out in the public on social media. You don't really see none of that from them to help grow their popularity and help grow the game's popularity. You need dudes like Anthony Edwards to keep stepping up.
Jason Tatum on the Gatorade commercial.
Come on, bro.
And he under Jordan.
But people want to
Jaylen Brown is different.
With your people.
Jaylen Brown different. He do more of his stuff more of in the activists and the black community and things of that nature.
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. Again, there's no shade at them, but I'm saying
I get what you're saying. Globally wise,
grow the popularity, especially
globally wise, they
not
known. That's how, but man,
you got to get out there more. That's what I'm saying. Anthony Edwards could do that. I think LaMelo could do that if he were in a bigger market. I would say John Morant, but he got to get his PR situation in order first. But it's just a bunch of like quiet dudes who don't really talk, who don't really be on social media like that, and it's not going to grow the popularity of the game if you don't have it.
I mean, I get what you're saying because Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron are on their way out.
LeBron mastered using social media to promote himself.
That's the biggest question.
LeBron got that joint down to a science. You ain't got to worry about him, but you need somebody else in the younger generation to do that too.
True.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned LaMelo, because LaMelo is really big and all that stuff, but he plays in a small market.
That's the thing about it, y'all. It's the same with it. They got to start winning it though. You got to
winning cares a lot.
You got to, but it's just start. Are y'all constantly winning? Like, think about it. The Cavaliers was a team where people was questioning how they organized. They was questioning whether or not this team was still going to be together after last season. And now that they number one in the East, when it was supposed to be Boston was supposed to run away with the East this year. Nah, the Cavaliers showing up. So it's all about what the team wants to do. The Charlotte Hornets could be on the map because they was on the map before.
True.
Barely.
So it wasn't that long.
We're the only team in the league that's never played on Christmas Day.
Let me jump in here because this is good between y'all two, and I'm just gonna piggyback over y'all. But one thing I agree with Rick Pitino, he said about hand checking. The game needs to be more physical. And I can't believe I'm saying this, bro, but I agree with Nick Wright. Nick Wright.
Shoot. With a Kansas City fan? Holy
Nick Wright, exactly, bro. I can't. He said expand the 3-point line. Expand it. Yeah, expand it.
4-point line or something?
No, just the 3-point line. I don't know the diameter of it. But he said take it back.
He got to be talking about the top of the key because
the top of the key.
Extend the side too much.
No. He said the top of the key.
Players are in a room. Okay.
Right.
I think they should raise the courts a little bit too.
The fuck yeah, I agree with you too.
Courts a little low in the NBA.
There you go.
The dudes that be like they say 6'1", really be 5'11", but they can dunk.
See what I'm saying? I agree. That's why I can't believe it. I agree with Nick Wright, man. I can't believe I'm saying that. But my thing personally, host thing right here, is to get the ratings back up is bring All-Star Weekend back to what it used to be. You destroyed it, Adam. Adam, you destroyed the All-Star Weekend. It is garbage to the point where the game, which is the main attraction in the final piece of that weekend, is trash. We all seen that game was the garbage. It wasn't even worth. I think I watched maybe the first quarter, and I was like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna play like this. I don't want to watch it." Like Mark said, we need more rivals. We don't have that. They really screwed up when they did Team LeBron versus Team Giannis. No. That is not right. It needs to be East versus West. Eastern Conference versus Western Conference. It's always been like that. That is a rival. East is saying they better than they can team with the West. West always been loaded for years, so they're gonna have that dominant state in them too. Especially when Kobe Bryant was there. You had Kobe Bryant, Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, Steve Nash, all those guys, man. And then in the Eastern Conference, you had Shaquille O'Neal and Dwayne Wade and Paul Pierce, guys like that, man. No rival no more. Now, to go back to what I think Rock and Mark was talking about, the NBA League package is $109. It just went up. It's $109, and the premium is $159. Plus, like Mark said, on top of the bills that I got now, Jesus Christ. And the game is so shitty like this now, and you want me to pay that much? Come on, man. Something has to give. But me personally, leave the All-Star game. Get rid of that NBA Cup. It's terrible. It's terrible. Get rid of the NBA Cup.
They're trying to make the regular season more exciting, host.
That's why I read the innovative. That's their problem. They're trying to be innovative. But if it ain't broke, why fix it? No,
because they try and compete with they still got to compete with the NFL in the first half of that season. So that's what the NBA Cup is for, because it works in Europe. It works overseas with how they do a pool play and then have a tournament. But the All-Star game this year is supposed to be like a 3-team tournament, something like that.
Yeah. 3-on-3 style.
Yeah.
But if I can counter what Rock just said though.
Yes, sir.
I think Charles Barkley brought this up, and I think this is another thing that would help them out as well. Start the season later. Like, start your season on Christmas Day, and then have the season run until like June or July. So that way you're not competing against the NFL.
Okay.
With less competition from them, you have more people available to be your product.
I'm with it. I'm with that. That makes sense too. I won't say Christmas Day, but
I would say November. I would say NBA start, and that's what they usually try to do. They always try to start the season like October 3rd, like around Halloween or that first week of November. Yeah. Because the NFL season was usually about to be over. You see, the NFL added another game, another week. This usually used to be the last week of the season coming up. Except this week now that it's transpiring, because we do have games playing right now. We do have a game playing right now. Chargers and the Patriots. But like I'm saying, they're not used to having to worry about the NFL after December and January. Now that the NFL has week 18, you got a regular season game in January, and then the next week you got their playoffs. So I think they should keep it like still like in November, like around Thanksgiving. That's when the NBA should probably start. That way, around Christmas time, people are they're pretty much on their product as well as what's transpiring in the NFL. But the NFL is going to keep doing that because they're taking away days. They got Black Friday on Amazon. Then they got the Christmas special on Netflix. Then they making you buy Peacock just to see some playoff games and stuff like that. But luckily that's on NBC as well. But some games be just exclusively on Peacock. So I hate it that they're making us as consumers buy all this different streaming just to view the product that we love so much. I agree. You can just turn on the TV and we was able to watch football, watch basketball.
Hey, host.
Yes, sir.
If I can make one last point on this subject, and this
what you got?
This further cements the point that Charles Barkley made, because it's also not just the NFL.
Okay.
In America, football is the king sport. We all know that. And if you watch the first round of the college football playoff, them games was trash. I know this ain't on the mark, but them first round games was trash. It was a bunch of teams getting blown the hell out of the water. But peep this. One of the biggest lopsided games of that weekend was SMU and Penn State. SMU did not look like they belonged. And another game was Indiana and Notre Dame. Indiana looked like they should not have been anywhere near that game. Both of those games, SMU and Penn State averaged 6.4 million viewers on TNT, and Indiana Notre Dame averaged 13.4 million Friday night on ESPN and ABC. The average viewership for the Christmas Day in the NBA this year was 5.5. You literally got outdrew by almost 3 times the amount of viewers to watch Indiana get destroyed by Notre Dame than you had for people watching LeBron versus Steph.
That's terrible.
The NBA got, bro, I'm sorry. The NBA got to realize, yo, do what's best for business. In America, we love football a lot more than we love basketball. Steph Curry and LeBron tried, but football is just the dominant sport around here. Start your games later in the year so you don't have to compete with football. Because a college football game is outdrawing the NBA. That tells you all you need to know, man.
I agree. Appreciate you, Mark.
I ain't getting no blood of the week. Hold on.
It felt like an Audemars for a minute, boy.
Hey,
but you're right, though. And Charles Barkley is right. Rock, you made a comment, and I see it. You said Magic Johnson said he loved playing in all-star games against the Eastern Conference. He loves that shit. That's competition, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. What happened? What happened to it? I know what happened. They did too much. Adam Silver is not on those guys let's play. And then another thing, and I'm gonna shut up about it. Baseball has a stipulation: if the All-Star game, whoever wins get home field advantage in a World Series, right? So let's do something with the All-Star game and the basketball, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, they talking about doing away with the conference for the playoffs. They talking about going 1 through 16.
Holy
shit! 16 teams in the NBA. That's what several teams don't like the current playoff structure where a team with a losing record is still getting in the can get in the playoffs because of the play-in situation.
Come on,
you would think that it should be the best 8 teams from the Eastern Conference and the best, or however
8
team you get in.
8.
Yeah.
Get rid of the cup, though. You gotta get rid of the cup. Because it's
NBA
confusing
Cup.
the standings. We don't know what the hell.
Oh no, those don't even, and that's the crazy thing about it, though. It don't count.
It don't count. It don't even count, Rock.
Nah, the standings, the cup, winning the cup, it don't count to the regular season.
I think it's a major disrespect to the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics are the NBA champions.
Yeah.
But then now the Milwaukee Bucks are the NBA Cup winners.
Hey, it don't matter to us. It don't.
What is that about?
The last team to win the NBA Cup got swept in the first round. The LA Lakers.
No, we need one champ. The Boston Celtics is the champions. The Boston Celtics is the best team in the NBA. Leave it at that. I'm like Forrest Gump. That's all I got to say about all that. Now, let's go on over to the grid. The NBA got outdrawn by it. Okay. Mark hit me with stacks here. The NHL almost had as many viewers this past season. Damn.
He ain't lying. He's not
That's
lying
crazy.
because NBA TV and a lot of they show, a lot of they stuff that
hockey catching up to the NBA.
It's down 20%
in America.
The viewerships on like NBA TV is down 20%. So people are only watching the NBA on TNT, or if you got Max, because they got if you got Max streaming, you can be able to watch the games there.
Streaming is about to be. They're trying to make it just a global phenomenon now. That's the only way you can watch
it already is, bro.
It is. I think it is, and it's growing legs every day because
it's gonna be easy for people to get their stuff hacked into. That's
absolutely.
That's the thing that I'm not liking. At least nobody can't hack into your cable box no more like back in the day.
Hell yeah.
Cable companies don't allow cable boxes no more, right?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Clown, that goddamn pole.
Get this. Hey, they don't know nothing about the scrambler, host.
They don't know about that scrambler, boy. Yeah.
About the scrambler, host.
Hey, Clown, that telephone pole, boy, what you mean?
Yeah.
What you mean? Yes, sir,
The
man.
scrambler box with the A and B side.
Word.
It's
tough. It's really you show here. It's really tough on us because me and Mark, we Raiders fans. Raiders don't come on TV like that. Rock as a Jaguar fan, Jaguars don't come on TV.
Yeah.
So we're not in our areas of our team. So guess what? We get the shit end of the stick. We gotta watch Red Zone.
Either watch Red Zone or cough up that bread for the Sunday ticket.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be damned if I'm paying $500 for some damn Sunday ticket, bro.
YouTube TV is expensive too. Shout out to Drew to the Game. Drew to the Game got it. I like the setup. I just can't afford it. It's just too much for me. Too rich for my blood. Son of a biscuits. All right, let's go over to the gridiron here, man. Something is going wrong in Rock's division, the AFC South, and it is involving Houston Texans, CJ Stroud, quarterback of the Houston Texans. CJ Stroud, Texans hope, he said this, and I quote, Texans hope blowout loss to the Ravens will wake them up ahead of postseason. Houston's flop on Christmas Day might send some franchises into a late season tailspin. Quarterback CJ Stroud is certain that won't happen to the Texans. He said this, and I quote, "No, I mean, what are you going to do? Cry and weep about it? Of course, you know it's not easy," Stroud said after the 31-2 loss to the Baltimore Ravens. At the same time, it's the part of the game. Sometimes you go out there and lay an egg. It's not easy to say that, but that's what happened tonight. Didn't play well for the first play to the last. That's part of the game. Things happen. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let y'all have at it because I'm getting real bothered here. Just read this. I'm sure a lot of people in their careers had this type of game before. I'm not going to sit in here and act like it's foreign, but it's necessary to wake you up. That's what it's going to do for me and this team. I know the MVP knows this team in the back of his hand. And I know the MVP plays his team twice a year. Twice. Yo, okay. I'm gonna let y'all have at it because I'm starting to hulk up here because this is some bullshit. Rock, explain to us because you know this team more than me and Mark know.
Okay.
Will the Houston Texans wake up after this blowout loss to the Ravens going into the playoffs? What do you think?
Yeah, because they play the Titans next. That's a good warm-up. That's a good warm-up before the playoffs. They play the Titans. It's not like they playing we play the Colts next week, so they play the Titans. And I don't think they wrapped up our division, based off of they wrapped up our division when the Colts lost. It was the only team that was really able, really within reach of them was the Indianapolis Colts. But I seen a chink in the armor all season. Like, we played them tough the 2 times we played them. They didn't blow us out. You know what I'm saying? And we lost to them by a total of, I think, 6 points or 5 or 6 points, something like that. The games was close. They knocked our quarterback out of the game. We still was able to drive down the field. We didn't win the game, but they lost to the Titans.
Right.
I think in Houston, right? Right. They lost to Tennessee,
right.
And
I think it was Houston. I'm not sure.
They lost at home against Tennessee earlier this season. I only think it was like a few weeks ago from me. I think about it. But the thing about it is, I seen the chink in the armor. They've been crowning CJ Stroud from his first year the same way they did. really believe they did the same thing with Trevor Lawrence. His first year in our division when we went to the playoffs, they crowned him. Then the next year he got hurt down the stretch and we didn't make the playoffs. He's not the person they talk about no more. CJ Stroud won last year, won one playoff game. He has the same playoff record as the quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. So that division is always going to be up for grabs until someone in that in our division really takes over. Peyton Manning was the last quarterback in our division to really take over that division. After him, it was Houston a little bit with how they had a collective, and Andrew Luck here and there, and in Tennessee when as we all know, when they had Tannehill and King Henry down there, and then we had our spurts when we won the division. But I'm not crowning him, and I'm not crowning Houston as a division, our division naysayers, or division slayers or anything of that nature. Yeah, they won it 2 years in a row, but they won it 2 years in a row based off of how their schedule was set up for them. They had a really decent. They played first division winners in their record in their schedule this year, but they didn't play them early in the season. They just played They just played some of these teams that was the only team I say they played early in the season that was good. I would probably say Minnesota, and they played Detroit. And Green Bay that got winning records, but they played Buffalo. They played Kansas City and the Ravens, and I believe they also played. No, they didn't play nobody else from the AFC North, just the Ravens. But that division, they done played all their tough games late in the season after they done already pretty much wrapped up the division. So their schedule was much favorable for the Texans this year. But I'm not crowning them. I'm not crowning no team in our division. I didn't even pick them this weekend. I picked the Ravens. I don't care if my team is some garbage. I didn't pick the Texans when we played the Texans this year. I don't never pick against my team.
You should. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm not rocking like that.
And I knew how you
did
feel.
It one time though, just to see what happened.
I knew how you felt with Houston because I agree with you, Rock. You did say they're still, mediocre.
It's still more time. The brother need more time.
Yeah,
they put all the pieces together. But once you start breaking down, like Tank Dell not there, now teams are going to hop more on Nico Collins.
Hell yeah.
Joe Mixon had a good stretch this year, a good stretch of the season where he was going over 100 yards. I think he had 6 to 8 game stretch where he had over 100 yards. So, but those matchups was very much favorable for him going down in the stretch in the playoffs. I don't know. Depending on who they play, they might be out in the first round.
I can see that, bro. And I think I'm going to go there. But before I go there,
Week 18 matchup.
Yep. Before I go there, I got to go to my Raider brother. Come on, Mark, one time. Raiders!
Yes, sir.
My dude.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah.
I finally got one over on T-Rock for the first time. I don't know how long.
Yeah, y'all did last week.
But Mark, man, what is going on with the Houston? I agree with Rock, and Rock has been, and see the beauty of it. Rock is a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, and the way he put it, and I want you guys out there that's watching the show, I want you guys to understand that he is not putting down the Houston Texans. He's not putting them down. He's basically, it's not on some hating shit. It's all facts. And I just want you guys to know that he's not doing that because they're rivals. I wouldn't even consider Houston a rival to Jacksonville. But it's not a rival. It's all real. But I'm sorry to get to Mr. Episode. What do you think is the problem, and what is going on? Answer this question: will Houston wake up? What is going on with Houston, and how in the hell are they going to get back on track?
All right, so while Rock was very intelligently and respectfully articulating his point there about his division rivals, he didn't cuss him out or call him out of their name, and he kept it clean. We love to see it.
Yeah.
But I think he touched on the issue, but he didn't really dive into it. We all know, especially when you have a franchise quarterback, but just in
Yes,
general,
sir.
the
Yes,
most
sir.
important position group on a football team is the offensive line.
Yes, sir.
I know I'm biased. I used to play guard back in the day, but seriously,
Yes, sir.
whether you have a franchise quarterback or you don't, you have to have an offensive line to protect whoever is back there calling
Yes, sir.
calling plays.
Yes, sir.
Your
You're
running
right.
back ain't really going to be able to go off if he doesn't have an offensive line that can clear the way for him. Some of Barry Sanders' best years is when he had a decent offensive line. The Cowboys don't have all the success they had in the 90s without the Great Wall of Dallas. Washington doesn't have their success without the Hogs. The Raiders, we don't
Come
have
on.
any of our success without Art Shell and Gene Upshaw, two of my
Come
favorite
on
players
now.
of all time.
Highway 66.
So,
come on with it.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
So I think that's really where Houston fumbled the bag. That's the key area for me. Yes, their outside perimeter playmakers did get hurt, and Nico Collins and Tank Dell, and that's definitely devastating to that team. Wish Tank Dell a speedy recovery for
Yeah,
sure.
facts.
Dalton Schultz has been quiet this year, but I think even if you don't have playmakers on the outside, and I think the Chargers are a good example of this, if you can at least protect your quarterback, he can find somebody to get open. He can get the ball where it needs to go. And you can make plays even if you don't have household names on the outside. So I think where they really fumbled the bag was not addressing that offensive line, whether it was during the draft, whether it was during free agency or trade deadline. I really wish they would have made an offensive line move to help CJ because he's back there literally with no time at all in the pocket. Dudes are constantly in his face and he's constantly getting hit. I think that's why Joe Mixon kind of plateaued a little bit too because he didn't really have any lanes to run the ball through. If you need another example of that, if you think I'm biased, I implore you to look at number 8 in Green Bay, Josh Jacobs. His last year with the Raiders, our offensive line wasn't the best at all, and his numbers suffered for it. He went to Green Bay and got with a good offensive line. And really, outside of Saquon Barkley, he's having the best year of any running back in the NFL right now.
You ain't kidding, brother.
So
you ain't kidding.
That's what's holding them back right now. They don't have any protection up front. And to answer the question, will they wake up? No. Again, you don't have an offensive line. Tank Dell is done for the year. I really haven't heard Dalton Schultz's name at all this season. And Nico Collins has been banged up as well. So your offense really is going to be basically playing with two hands tied behind their back. When you start talking about getting to the playoffs or you're going up against the best of the best, you need everybody to be firing on all cylinders so you can keep going and keep playing. And right now, if they were to go up against Denver in the first round, I think they would lose. Baltimore's had their number decisively and handily. I think even Pittsburgh could even get them if they were to go play Pittsburgh in the first round because of T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward in them. So, I don't think they're going to wake up and really.
Matter of fact, that's who they got. That's who they got projected.
Who? Pittsburgh.
Yeah, because Houston can't drop no lower than can't go higher than what they are. They at 4 because Baltimore at 3, and I think Baltimore would play. I think Baltimore would play. Not the Broncos, but who would be the Chargers? Baltimore would play the Chargers. If the playoffs started today, Baltimore will start next week instead of it being a Week 18 game. Baltimore will play the Chargers, and Houston would be at home hosting the Steelers.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that they would be able to win that matchup. Just me personally.
The Broncos will be going to Buffalo based off of how things is right now because they lost to the Chargers. The Chargers swept the Broncos, so the Broncos can't go no lower than what they are. I mean, higher than what they are.
Houston, with this struggle, I really wish that if he's not careful, he's going to lose his job. Is D'Amico Ryans? If he's not careful, what I think he needs to get more in the media. I think he needs to say more and take more. I ain't gonna say take accountability, but I would say he just needs to be more vociferous for this team. CJ Stroud is struggling, right? We all know it. He's just struggling. He's a young quarterback. Got a lot. He got some success on him. I mean, a playoff win or whatever. But I'm really going towards what Rock was saying. I really agree. Yeah, they got hot and they won a division, but damn, it's like now they're like down to earth now. CJ Stroud is a quarterback, man. To me, he plays it safe. I haven't seen anything tough about this guy because you want a tough quarterback. You want a physical, tough quarterback that's going to take some hits and fire up the team. I haven't seen that out of him yet. I've seen it out of. What you mean?
I won't go. I won't go.
Did you not watch that?
He got some fire lit up under him, man. He be getting blasted. Brother be taking some hits. Like last year, he got knocked out of that Jets game. And
I can't believe you said that, man.
No, but what I mean is like take a pounding and still get back up and let's go type shit. Like I haven't seen that. Oh, really? So I
go
didn't
back and look at the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl with Georgia and Ohio State.
No, I'm talking about pro.
No, he's talking about the pro league. Pro.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I done seen him against us, against my Jags.
Okay.
Trayvon Walker and Josh Hines Allen coming off the edge against him a few times. They didn't let it. They didn't let him.
I know that ain't his style, but I've seen Anthony Richardson. Take a beat and keep on going. I've seen Trevor Lawrence.
He don't
Trevor Lawrence
he don't scramble as much as
I've seen Trevor Lawrence just take a fucking hit. I mean,
I get what you're saying. He don't bring that physicality
to
the quarterback position. He more of a finesse, finesser. Even Patrick Mahomes, as much as we hate it, even Patrick Mahomes, even as much as you may hate it, Coach, I wouldn't say me, but all of us, forget that. We in the AFC. We hate seeing that man win. So we just get that out of the way. But we hate that bias on the show. But even he shows some physicality of running out of the pocket. So
he does.
Yeah, that San Francisco game.
What's CJ Stroud numbers rushing? Like 400, 500 yards rushing, probably.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like you got to get out the pocket. I want to see you fired up. I want to see a lot more. And I know Tank Dell, which is their X factor. He's gone. He's going to be gone for a very long time. And I agree with Mark, man. Speedy recovery for that guy.
I think that's the second time he done messed his leg up too, right?
Yeah, that's fucked up, boy.
Second or third, man.
Yeah, I think it's for me. It's the second.
He broke his leg. I think he got shot. And now this.
Yeah,
he got shot this year, right?
He got shot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got shot. Yeah,
while he was recovering.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying,
the leg
man.
Injury.
Yeah.
God damn,
they're definitely going to be in the offseason looking for a number 2 receiver. They have to. But man, I'm telling you, Houston is a team where they have to do something now. You have to do something in the playoffs. You better wake some hands up, because if not, I think D'Amico Ryans is going to be in the hot seat. And I know
looking at the matchup.
Looking at the
Mike Tomlin don't lose as an underdog.
See what I'm saying?
And they gonna come in there as an underdog.
I don't know if they should fire him though.
Huh? But as fans, no, Mark. As fans, yeah, I get what you're saying. But what about the owners and the office and the fans? You know how these fans is. If you ain't giving us,
if I'm the McNair family who owns that team, literally look at how far down in the dumps you guys were. The tail end of Gary Cooley.
Thank you.
All the way till now when D'Amico took over. I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that either, me personally. But you know how fans and they put the pressure on these owners, and these owners.
They have a year like how Jacksonville had this year after going to the playoffs.
I would understand it.
But if D'Amico Ryans got them. If the Houston Texans is right there as one of the top 5 teams next year in the NFL. Then yeah, that man, they probably going to add an extension to his current deal or something like that. But
and rightfully so.
yeah, they'll be right. It'll be rightfully so.
Yeah,
Don't make the same mistake that your division rival
Fuck
made
yeah.
in Tennessee.
I agree.
Because Tennessee
why I said
bag when they got rid of Vrabel.
Yeah, they did.
Absolutely.
Mike Vrabel didn't deserve to leave.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I ain't gonna lie. As a Jags fan, I knew we was going. I had to always overlook when I never could overlook Tennessee when Mike Vrabel was their head coach.
Yeah, hell yeah. He led them to number 1 seed one time with Ryan Tannehill. But that's why I go to vote, and Rock, and I know Rock, I'm on the outside looking in for your Jaguars. They should keep Doug Peterson. They should keep him.
You're not the only one that said that to me. I believe I'm a little conflicted on it because of the simple fact is, like I said at the beginning of the season, Doug Peterson had the right to show our organization, our players, and all the other coaches what the mentality of the team was going to be. You bring in a new defensive coordinator, and then our defensive coordinator got us playing this man coverage defense when we got to get pressure. And then you taking Eric Armstead and moving him to the defensive end when that brother is he's more effective at playing those in the middle. Yeah. He's not an outside edge rusher. They got him playing that on third down sometime, and that's why we give up one of the most third down conversions in the league. And then on top of that, Doug Peterson had the chance to take over the reins as the play caller. You stuck with Press Taylor, and Press Taylor ain't been putting up no numbers as our offensive coordinator. Our offense looks stagnant. Sometimes when our run game, when you see Tank Bigsby and Travis Etienne got a good solid amount of yards on the run game, the next thing you know, he wants to throw. He's throwing the ball more. But then on top of that, within our throw game, he's doing these short passes. I believe that Doug Peterson needs to go because of the simple fact is he had the chance to take over and show our team that on the offensive side of the ball for our quarterback, that our quarterback wasn't going to have to be thinking too much. And on the defensive side of the ball, our defense coach should have told him, bro, this defense that you brought here, I understand it's your philosophy, but it ain't working with our personnel. We got to switch some things up, bring more pressure with our defensive line, keep Armstead in the inside, and let's go. But it seemed like he wanted to just eat ice cream. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's known for. The wins, he like to eat ice cream. So you know what I'm saying? I just think of it. He lost the team, and he had a chance to really take on the reins of our team early in the season.
Yeah.
After that first game in Miami, when we let one slip away and Miami came back and won, he should have took over the play calling duties then. Because when he takes over, Trevor's in a different mindset. He's not thinking much.
I agree.
He can make the throws when he needs to. The offense is clicking. And our rookie this year, shout out to Brian Thomas Jr. He's doing one hell of a job as showing that he can be that number one receiver for our franchise.
Clap to that dude. Yeah, he doing his thing.
And we need I honestly think we just need a new GM. And if we keep Doug Peterson, by all means, great. But we need a new GM and we need a new offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator. Because that scheme that Ryan Nelson brought from Atlanta, it didn't work with us because the guys that were top talent on our squad, they were hurt at the beginning of the year. So we had to play C plus talent with a man zone scheme or a man-to-man scheme that when we playing against some of the top wide receivers and passing schemes in the league, like that's why Devontae Adams cooked us in the second half for almost damn near 300 yards.
See, and I that's why I want Doug Pete. And ladies and gentlemen, we gonna get back on Houston, but you know, Jacksonville. It's like they're taking those two of the top teams. We all know Jacksonville, and to me, Jacksonville and Houston, right? Jacksonville wins the division, then they go on a decline. Houston wins the division, now Houston's on a decline. Only difference is Houston is in the playoffs, but we all know they're taking a first round exit. That shit is bound to happen. It's bound to. If they don't take a first round, they definitely take a second round. This team is not made or built or mentally built, physically or anything else to go to the AFC Championship game. Hell no. They're not there. Their quarterback not even in that mind frame. So, but I you know, D'Amico, I don't want him to get fired. I'm just saying, you know how teams will get rid of you when you're losing. And Doug Peterson should stay, but to go to Houston should pick up the pace. They better pick up the pace like right now because things are starting to get real, and they're gonna get real very, very fast. Like Rock illustrated that they play the Houston Texans. I'm sorry, Houston, Tennessee Titans. I wouldn't take the Titans lightly, but I would try to kick their ass. And the reason why is because Tennessee right now, that the Tennessee is not going to the playoffs. And I said this many, many times in this podcast every single year. The most dangerous teams is the weakest teams. They're the most dangerous. Yeah, Houston can't
beat the Cardinals. Yeah,
see what I'm saying? And they took Kansas City to overtime. Okay, so
they beat the Cardinals in overtime.
Exactly, they beat the Cardinals. That was you didn't see it coming. The weakest teams are the most dangerous. Houston, they're in the playoffs. It's written in stone. They're in the playoffs, right? Okay, but still, you do not want to go into the playoffs losing to the Tennessee Titans. That fucks you up mentally. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. CJ Stroud, I think Houston Texans desperately need a leader on offense. CJ Stroud is not the guy that can be the leader right now. I don't see it. They need a leader. Joe Mixon is not a leader. They do not have a voice on that offensive squad. They do not. Maybe on defense with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson, yeah. But offense, I do not see it. Dalton Schultz, I do not see it. So that's part of the problem. And CJ Stroud, he really needs to hold himself a little bit more accountable. Just saying it is what it is. No, you need to play better, and you need to be playing better fast. Because let me tell you something. Once the end of that, after week 18, things are going to get real. You got one time to slip up, and you're gone. One time, and you're gone. And he already know that by facing Baltimore last year. So here we go. Here we go. All right. I talk too much on that one. Man. Now, last one, ladies and gentlemen, last one. And then we got the picks, and then we're going to get on out your way, and you guys are going to enjoy your wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday afternoon here. Next on the list, man, is good old Atlanta Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins made himself even more money on the Falcons bench last weekend. The Atlanta Falcons defeated the New York Giants on Sunday 34-7, and then got some help from the Dallas Cowboys in their matchup against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football. The Falcons control their own destiny with 2 games remaining and a rookie quarterback at the helm. Excuse me. The Falcons made a quarterback change late in the season, moving on from the high-priced Kirk Cousins in favor of Penix Jr. While one can rightly question the Falcons' decision-making, the past offseason when they signed Cousins to a 4-year, $180 million contract. This is precisely why they drafted Penix Jr. Cousins hasn't looked like his old self since coming back from a season-ending injury suffered in 2023. Rather than sunk in a corner, Cousins has instead taken the change in stride. I mean, he's going to get paid either way, right? In the week since Cousins' public mention, he's been a mentor and then some for Penix Jr. Kirk has been great all week, Penix told reporters. He's a great leader, a great teammate. We talk all the time coming up to the sidelines. He always asked me what I saw. He continued to encourage me throughout the whole game. And I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna get done. Starting quarterback or not, Cousins is a team captain and signed up for his role no matter what. Surely he did not expect to be benched in his first season with the Falcons, but Raheem Morris was left with little choice after Cousins had a 1-touchdown, 9-interception stretch towards the end of the season. Mr. Marcus.
Sir.
Mr. Marcus. What should the Atlanta Falcons do with Kirk Cousins? Should they cut him or should they trade him? I got him.
Yeah, because it's tough with his big money contract. You know, that's what really is making it difficult, because if they trade him, the team that they're trading him to, they're gonna want Atlanta to eat a majority of the salary cap hit for his contract, and then also at the same time,
yeah, we was just talking about this backstage.
Yeah, that makes it difficult to cut him, because you just went through this with Matt Ryan when you traded him. He had the largest dead money salary cap hit in the history of the NFL. So it's like kind of like you're kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I guess because you would at least be getting something back from it, you would try to trade him. I would say trade him maybe to Cleveland in exchange for Jameis, or bring Deshaun Watson back home. Maybe. I don't think he would want to do that with Michael Penix, but yeah. So I'll probably say best case scenario, they can maybe trade him to Cleveland in exchange for Jameis, and let Jameis be the backup for Michael Penix. So you can get Jameis at a relatively cheap price to be the backup. But I think this highlights a bigger issue overall with not just the NFL, but with the game of football as a whole. Host and Rock, I truly believe that the era of the traditional pocket passer is officially dead in all levels of football, whether it's Pop Warner, high school, college, or the pros. You got to have some type of mobility to your game. The dudes who don't are being phased out, whether they're, veterans like Kirk Cousins, or, like we saw the downfall of Sam Bradford on his way out.
Great goddamn point. Great point.
Or even as recently with Mac Jones in New England, one of the reasons why they chose not really to keep him was because he doesn't have that mobility to his game. He couldn't make up for the lack of an offensive line there. So truly, I think if you are traditional, old school, Bob Greasy style pocket passer, I think your time is done in the National Football League. And unfortunately, that includes guys like Kirk Cousins. I don't think with his age and the injury he's coming off of, I don't think you can count on him to add mobility to his game. So the only place I can really see him having a chance to really succeed again would be Cleveland, because Cleveland's and Kevin Stefanski's offense is about the only pocket passer friendly offense I think really left in the NFL, or really left in football in general.
Yeah.
So that'd be the dream destination for him. But other than that, it's probably going to be the end of the road for him. He had a hell of a career. Literally, it was Sam Bradford, but more successful. And the reason I keep bringing up Sam Bradford, ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, Sam Bradford made a buku ton of money during his time in the NFL. Like every one of his contracts was big money. He was the last quarterback to be taken number 1 overall before they had the rookie salary cap. So Kirk Cousins made a ton of money between Washington and Minnesota and now Atlanta. So he got the bread. If he want to retire, he can. And I think it's either he gonna retire or he gonna have to go to Cleveland if he wants to extend that career.
True. Totally agree with Mark on that. Totally agree. What do you do with Kirk Cousins, MVP? Do you cut him, or do you trade him? because it looks like Atlanta is really gonna go in and roll with Penix, and they might roll with him in 2025 as well. What do you do with Cousins?
I got a Paul Heyman spoiler for you. It's not a prediction. A spoiler.
What you got there?
I've been telling, I work at the Commander Stadium, crossing guard things at Northwest Stadium. So I've been telling people, I was like, Kirk Cousins is gonna play in the second half of tomorrow's Sunday's game, because I don't see Michael Penix coming up here and actually playing and being able to throw the ball in the type of weather that we have up here. Like today it's rainy and it's windy and it's cold. Tomorrow is gonna be tomorrow night is gonna be below close to like I think tomorrow night is supposed to be a little bit in the 30s, but it's supposed to be rainy. But the high, that's the low. The low is supposed to be in the 30s. The high is supposed to be like 56 tomorrow. But during game time, I don't see Michael Penix having that great of a game up here tomorrow. So I think we will see a Kirk Cousins sighting tomorrow night back in the stadium that in the place that he used to play that drafted him, And I honestly, if I was the Atlanta Falcons, I wouldn't trade him or cut him. Why not keep him? You may have I understand you drafted Michael Penix to be the future and things of that nature. But his mechanics, I don't know if y'all paid attention to how his mechanics was against the Giants. He wasn't throwing. I mean, he was getting solid the crossing routes and the post patterns. He was able to make those type of throws. But the passing patterns that he was throwing was less than 10 to 15 yards. He wasn't throwing any deep patterns. If you look at his mechanics, he's got a weird left-handed mechanic with him. His is way different than Tua's.
True.
You see how Tua throw it. Tua stop, then he throw it with his left hand. Michael Penix try to just sling it out there like off some. It's like a funky type of release that he has with his left hand, and it's not like Michael Vick's. Michael Vick's had that smooth left hand.
Yeah, he
snap with it that you see with Lamar Jackson off his when Lamar throw the football. But I just think once his mechanic, they let him work on his mechanics a little bit as far as Michael Penix. But if I'm Atlanta Falcons, I keep him, because if you got a shot to make the playoffs, or you're gonna start a rookie in the playoffs that has no type of that really doesn't have that much experience. This is going to be Michael Penix's second game of the season. You're going to take 2 games of regular season experience over a guy that's at least been in the playoffs at least three times. So he's going to know what to expect. He's going to know the speed of the game is going to be a little bit more different. So I mean, I would keep him now and probably see how things go to see where his value is. But the only team I can probably see Kirk Cousins getting traded to is probably Tennessee. If they don't make a jump at a quarterback in the draft, he might can be a guy that can help out. If Tennessee draft Dylan Gabriel, who knows, at the position and that they are in the draft. But it's not really a lot of teams out there that need quarterbacks anymore. It's like a lot of teams got their guys. If you think about it,
on behalf
either their
of one
guys
team
hurt.
We're still out there. We still exist.
But y'all in the draft though, y'all looking to draft a quarterback. I don't think y'all would take a shot on Kirk Cousins coming to the Raider Nation when y'all nation wants y'all to have a guy that's gonna lead y'all in the future. Y'all nation, y'all fan base know what y'all gonna get if y'all get Kirk Cousins. Dead money. Y'all gonna eat some of his cap.
Yeah, it's dead money.
Y'all not gonna get nothing back in return from Atlanta.
It's dead money. It's dead money.
Either Atlanta gonna eat majority of his contract, but they're gonna ask for something in return, because who's the backup after Michael Penix if they trade away Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
They don't have no insurance.
I'm on it. Hold on.
Gotcha. Yeah, I agree with you. There's no assurance whatsoever. He got no backup plan. You know what? I
Kirk
agree with
Cousins hold
Rock.
all the cards. He held the cards.
He hold
He got
all the
the
goddamn
expensive
cards.
contract. He got the expensive contract, and he is the insurance policy for that rookie quarterback.
I agree. And
If they
I
had
agree
done this
with
in
Rock.
week 6, we wouldn't be talking about Kirk Cousins. Whether or not we wouldn't even be thinking about Michael Penix not having not thinking about what he's going through. He's just started his first game last week, and it's 2 games left in the regular season. He's playing to try to get them in the playoffs. That's a lot of pressure to put on a guy who ain't played all season. Just jumping in, it leads y'all to the playoffs. It's not college. College, you can do that. You play the last team in the playoffs or something like that.
Right.
To answer Rock's question, because Rock is on to something. You know, he knows.
Yeah, he owns some
can't
shit.
have your starter go down right before the playoffs. It's gonna ruin your team. So Rock know a lot about that. Shout out to Florida State. The only quarterbacks on the Falcons roster right now on the active roster are Penix and Cousins. On the practice squad, they have Emory Jones, who's never started in an NFL game, and they have Nathan Peterman. Those are the 2 quarterbacks they have in their practice squad. So,
wow.
Nathan Peterman brings to the table. He threw 7 picks, right? That was him that threw 7 picks in his debut as a starter, right? With the Buffalo Bills back in the day.
It was. But I feel like if Nathan Peterman get a good quarterback coach, he can be all right. Gruden had that man cooking a little bit. I'm just saying.
He did. That's a fact. I would keep. I agree with Rock. I would keep Kirk Cousins, and I'll start Penix. All right. So okay. And shout out to my boy Eddie, because boy, he's a Falcons fan, and he let me know it, and he was excited. And I said, "Bruh, pipe down. You beat the Giants. Bro. I mean, come on.
He threw 2 picks. He didn't throw any touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying. You beat the Giants. So I evaluate the dude. You wanted me, so I watch it.
Man, the defense a little bit more better.
Yeah, Penix, he airs the ball out too far. Like I wish I had my drawing board. I'll show you guys. But on just different plays, man, he airs the ball out a little bit too much. It's little errors now and then, but you can tell he's not ready. Even on his play actions, when you run a play action, and Baker Mayfield is the best play action, and I say that time and time again. Baker Mayfield is the best play action goddamn passer to me on the road, because when you're doing the play action, you got to sell yourself. You got to sell it in wrestling terms. And these 2 guys, they know what it is about selling. You got to sell it because you got to really look like you running. But Penix, play action, you run, then you throw. See, you're not selling. And that's what I'm saying. Like he got to develop more. Kirk Cousins he needs to play against Washington. That's who they play the next game, right? Washington.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
See, they have to play them. You have to put in Kirk Cousins. You cannot put in Michael Penix for this game. This game is critical. Yes, and I just read that Atlanta, they control their own destiny. They're right there with Tampa to win that division. They both 8-7. So this is critical. Take the guy out.
Tampa lose tomorrow. If Tampa lose tomorrow to the Panthers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be eliminated from the playoffs. So
absolutely.
If I'm Atlanta, you already know what mentality Tampa gonna be on. You really want to risk not making the playoffs?
That's what I'm saying, Rob.
Playing this rookie.
Playing a rookie. Yeah, it was good. He played the Giants. But again, it's the Giants. That's a perfect game that he could go in. Okay.
He didn't. Wow.
Yeah, you go.
He didn't
get some confidence.
He didn't throw for 4 touchdowns against the Giants. He threw for 2 picks.
2, bro. 2. That's what I'm saying, man. That's fine. You going against the Giants. Cool. Oh, cool, brother.
No.
But you going against the Commanders. The Commanders are no pushovers, bro. We just seen that Sunday.
And
when you sleep on their asses.
Dan Quinn is a defensive-minded coach.
Damn right. You cannot sleep on them. Again, we seen that shit Sunday. They got slept on, and they beat Philly. So you can't do that shit, man. So you this is critical for Atlanta. Take Penix out. Yeah, he won a game. Blah blah blah. I don't give a damn if Kirk Cousins. I don't care if he ain't playing like stink on shit. I don't care. Like Rock said, put the guy in. He got experience. You got to put him in. You cannot put a rookie in on a critical game. That doesn't make sense. And hopefully Raheem Morris will not make that decision or that bad decision. If you do,
you hindering your playoff hopes on one game. And to be honest with you, you should have, if they was going to do this, they should have been made this jump to have Michael Penix play. They should have played in like week 6 or 7 or something like that. To give him enough time to be able to know what he's. Bro, it's win or go home on Sunday. It's their game on Sunday. Yeah. Is pretty much if they win, they still got their playoff hopes alive for week 18. If they lose, they out of the play. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I think their division's still up for grabs or something like that. Because they gotta hope that Tampa Bay Buccaneers lose to the Panthers tomorrow.
They better. You got to, and I'm gonna shut up. You gotta have sense of urgency. These games got to be taken serious. You have to plan like you're playing. You got to plan like you going to the Super Bowl. You got to plan this shit. I'm not no NFL head coach. No, hell no, not even close. Not even close. I don't think I have what it takes to be an NFL coach. I don't. But as a fan, and I am a coach. I coach basketball, and I've been to the playoffs. I've been in championship game, back-to-back years. Shout out to my Hawks. But
humble brag.
I've been to back-to-back championship game. I lost, but I got there. But you had to plan that shit, man. You always got to have a plan. Take the kid out, let him sit. He did good, kid. But I gotta go with Kurt. If not, like Rock said, man, you're gonna be taking a dirt nap, bro.
I mean, who knows, man? It ain't that much on film. I mean, only last week's game is what people got film on them on. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I just think his mechanics is a little.
But Hope,
that's it.
You and I saw.
Yes, sir.
You and I saw firsthand. Kirk Cousins ain't got it no more, man. Like he's literally struggled to do anything against our injury-deprived defense. No Max Crosby, no Nate Hobbs. He literally was going up against like Robert Spillane in the second-string squad and was out there missing routine throws. I don't know how you can go back to that. With film like that on him out there, I don't know how you go back to him.
Yeah, I agree.
Part of that, though, he battling that Achilles injury from last season, right?
People were saying that early on in the season, and then they got hot, and people stopped mentioning it. Like the Achilles looked fine when they had that home game against Tampa on what was that, Thursday night?
Yeah,
when he put up 5 touchdowns.
Yeah,
but that was a quick turnaround for him. At his age, the longer he got to Kirk Cousins at our age, the longer you got to wait to get your body up for certain things. that Thursday night game, he was able to do that. But have you seen another 5 like you just said? We haven't seen another 5 touchdown performance from Kirk Cousins all season, right?
Yeah, all season long, bro.
Literally, everybody in that position like flip flop. The Saints and the Falcons started off high. They came crashing down to earth. Tampa has stayed consistent pretty much all season, and then Carolina turned theirs around. So,
and Tampa could have wrapped everything up by just beating the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys had nothing to play for on Sunday.
But that was a crazy ending, man. That ending was wild. You can't.
We should have even got there. You should have been smoking the Cowboys.
Like, Tampa has not been able to win them like one possession games this year. That's what's done them, man.
A lot of teams haven't, except for the
Chiefs.
That freaking I'm sorry, bro. That Dallas game, that ending was wild, bro. I can't even put that on them, bro.
Yeah, it's wild, but they should have been beating the shit out of them like how they did the Chargers. Tampa beat the brakes out the Chargers. They should have did the same ass whooping to Cooper Rush and a CD Lamb with an injured shoulder.
They got up for Justin Herbert, but didn't get up for
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. I get you.
Tampa, that's another team that they better get. Like Rock said, they play Carolina. Carolina just beat Arizona. They just beat Arizona in overtime, and right now, Carolina, the morale in the locker room is getting bigger in Carolina. They're getting bigger. That's a big win for them.
And they did the right thing. They set Bryce Young and brought him back. They let him see a veteran take some strides and stuff. And Andy Dalton, and then they brought him back in there, and his confidence.
I wouldn't use that.
Bryce, but I'm just saying, Bryce Young confidence has risen since he had to sit there and watch to see how a veteran, even though Andy Dalton may not have won much when he was in Carolina, the rookie Bryce Young still got to see a veteran go to work every day.
Yeah. And shout out to Dave Canales, the head coach, man. He's a quarterback.
And that's what Daniel Jones is going to do. Daniel Jones is getting to see Sam Darnold go to work.
Yeah. Kevin O'Connell is working with that's why Daniel Jones went there. Mm-hmm. I don't think Daniel Jones is going to stay a Vikings quarterback for a long time. I think he's just there to sit in. It's like,
I don't know, bro. Sam Darnold only on a 1-year deal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sam Darnold on a 1-year deal, and he playing his value up.
Yeah. Oh man, Sam Darnold going to be the starter next year. He's going to be a starter, hands down.
Yeah.
So what you going to do with McCarthy?
You gotta keep McCarthy. That's why I say I think Daniel Jones just passing through, bro. I just think he's just passing through. I think he's gonna learn a little bit from Kevin O'Connell in the summertime. Learn a little bit. Watch. What can I tell you?
I got a sneaky suspicion that the same turnaround that Sam Darnold had this year with Kevin O'Connell. I legitimately feel like they could probably replicate that. They probably might replicate that with Daniel Jones. Why repay Sam Darnold a boatload of money when I can re-sign Daniel Jones cheap and probably have the same
Jones
result?
Will be able to bring that mobility to the offense.
But who would you rather start, Daniel Jones or Sam Darnold?
It ain't a matter who I'd rather start. I'm just saying
right now I'd rather start Sam Darnold.
It does matter.
I'd rather start Sam Darnold because I know Sam Darnold has learned from his mistakes of turning the football over. Sam Darnold threw 4 picks. I think he threw like 3 picks against my Jags this year. But the next game, he didn't throw a pick.
Right, but look what he's doing now. Sam Darnold could be the MVP. I mean, he's definitely going to be comeback player of the year. Definitely. He got that shit unanimous.
August 11th. You can't take away their record. And
no.
I believe he been healthy all.
He started every game.
Not to wish nothing bad, but the brother's been.
Yeah, he started every game.
He's been healthy all season.
They won 5 in a row. They won 5 in a row or more twice this season. They on an 8-game winning streak right now.
And I get that, but the reason I'm saying think about it.
Okay.
What if you sign Sam Darnold to a big money contract and he flops next year? You're stuck with that salary cap hit.
We see that all the time.
Hold up, hear me out. You can, at worst case scenario, let Sam Darnold go. You sign Daniel Jones to a low money deal. See how he does. If he flops, A, you're not taking that big of a salary cap hit, and B, you got JJ McCarthy still on a rookie deal waiting in the wings. So it's kind of like a no-lose situation for them no matter which way they go. But I feel like you take more of a risk by re-signing Sam Darnold to a big money deal. Because again, this man could turn out to go on the same trajectory that Daniel Jones did. Got the big money deal and fell off a cliff. So it's just something to think about if you're Minnesota, man. It's just something to think about.
And you're absolutely. I'm not going to disagree with you. You're absolutely right. What you're doing is you're thinking towards the future. I get that, but I think that Minnesota with Sam Darnold, the way he's playing now, there's no turning back, bro. There's no turning back. I think the sky. I don't even think the sky's a limit for Minnesota right now. If they don't go to the Super Bowl this year, God damn it, they're gonna make more noise next year. Look what they're rolling with now. And their defense, their secondary ain't all that. But man, goddamn, Flores is getting that defense better and better each year. They're getting better and fucking better. Now all they needed last year was an offense. They got that offense now. Jordan Addison has been on. They have Hawkinson back now. Man, he got weapons. Darnold got fucking weapons all over the field, bro. All over. It's insane. But I would me personally, I would start Sam Darnold. And like I said, you're not wrong for what you're thinking. You're thinking towards the future. You're not wrong. But I think Sam Darnold will be a starter for the Minnesota Vikings. He has proved that shit. He's proved it time and time again. 5-game winning streak, started off 5-0. Who would have thought? Okay. And then he won 8 straight. The Texans ain't been the same since they played Minnesota. They haven't been the same. The 49ers ain't been the same since they played Minnesota.
Chicago Bears ain't been the same since they played Jacksonville.
That was since they played Washington.
But Chicago, but Minnesota is right there with Detroit. Now, we always talk about Detroit, but you got to put Minnesota in there because both of them are 13-2. Critical. This last game with them two is going to come down to that number 1 division. And look what the road Minnesota's going to. They got Green Bay Sunday. Then they got to turn on. They got the Lions. That shit is tough. If they beat both of them, you got to put some respect on them.
I don't think they will.
Brother.
They struggled.
They damn sure capable.
And they almost choked that game against Green Bay the first time.
Okay.
And then again, like T-Rock just kind of said,
okay,
the way that he played so horribly against Jacksonville, I don't know if I can fully trust it, man.
The Green Bay, I agree with
Detroit
you.
either because they hurt. So
yeah, Detroit, yeah, they hurt big time. But this is the beauty of football. I love it, man. I love it. I'm glad that the NFC North is competitive with what it is. The NFC North to me saved the NFC as a conference. Because without them, it'll be shit. Ain't nothing going on in the West.
Was still relevant.
There's nothing going on in the East. There's nothing going on in the South. You know what I'm saying? Philly is dominating the East. Ain't nothing really. We don't know who the hell gonna come out of the West. It look like the Rams, but they don't have a winning record like that. And the NFC South haven't produced a 10-win.
9-6. The Rams.
See what's it? The NFC South.
You can't sleep on the Rams though, bro.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
They did.
No, you can't. They did. No, I'm not sleeping. They beat Minnesota.
They win them all. They win them all. They take over their division because they play the Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
So let's get man. Boy, I love talking. I love this shit, man. I love talking. We at the end of the show, man. Let's get with Mark Picks. Then we got Rock Picks. Then we gonna get out of here. Mr. Marcus, week 17 picks. Mark, he won this one. Chiefs over the Steelers. The Ravens over the Texans. He already got them two already. Seattle. He chose the Seahawks over the Bears. The Chargers over the Patriots. Broncos over the Bengals. Rams over Arizona. Eagles over Dallas. Tampa over Carolina. Buffalo over the Jets. The Colts over the Giants. Raiders over the Saints. Feels good to say that again.
Yeah.
The Titans. You put the Titans over the Jags. Okay.
Hey, bro, I got money on that game, dog. Don't judge me. I'm trying to win some bread, right?
You got the Dolphins over the Browns. Green Bay over Minnesota. Commanders. We got the Commanders over the Falcons and the Detroit Lions over the 49ers. You guys are similar. It's a little similar down there, a little crucial down at the end. But Mark, before we get out of here, I want to ask you about. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Titans over the Jags. Was that shade? Wait a minute. No. Go ahead with this one. Go ahead.
Like I mentioned at the top of the show, I am competing for a fantasy football championship where I can win a very nice amount of money. I need Mason Rudolph to turn back the clock to 2015 when he was in Stillwater, Oklahoma with me and go off. I need him to go crazy. So that's why I picked him. Like I'm literally like trying to go all in with my boy Mason so I can get this bread. You feel me? But the game that I'm most concerned with is that Philly game because I don't trust Kenny Pickett at all. Personally, I just don't trust him. But at the same time, I don't trust Dallas now that CD's out for the year.
Oh yeah.
So that game can really go either way. But with the way it's looking, host, you know how dangerous I get later on in the season with these picks.
Yeah, you kidding.
This might be that week, bro.
It might be, bro. Might be, goddamn.
And I have to say one last thing about this. I want to thank football God that he spared me the agony of having to really, really, really pick that Raiders and Saints game this week. Because if the Saints would have been healthy, bro, I would not be able to get through the 7 right now. I'd be crying, booing my eyes out like unable to talk. So thank you, football guy. I ain't have to pick against Baker Mayfield. I don't got to pick against Derek Carr. I escaped.
Bro. You leave your boys alone now, goddamn.
Victory. Man, I was dreading that game all season, bro. I'm like, dog, we got to play Derek. No. All right, I ain't got to do it. We good.
You ain't got to do it. Well, we got old Spencer Rattler. Oh.
I ain't worried about him, bro. Q-Dog, where is Q-Dog? Is Q-Dog hyped that man up all season? Boy, I really like Spencer Rattler. I think Spencer Rattler can be a franchise guy.
Trash, bro.
I told you from jump. That man was trash at Oklahoma. He was trash in South Carolina. Y'all
can't read defense.
Mark one of these days.
He can't read defenses, man. He can't read defense.
Nah, bro.
God damn, he can't read the defense, boy. Oh, God damn.
Bro, Q-Dog hyped the hell out of that man all offseason, bro.
He was decent in South Carolina. He was decent in South Carolina.
Q-Dog was hyping that man.
Yeah, pros, he's not. I can't. Hell no. I couldn't do it, bro.
Hey, go play for the Birmingham Stallions, man. Do that for me, Spencer.
You mean 3-time UFL champion?
The Pony Express, yes.
Giddy up! Let's go to the MVP. MVP, here's your picks. For week 17, we got he chose the Chiefs. Of course, they won. Ravens, smash. Texans, okay. Going Seahawks over the Bears. The Chargers over the Patriots. Broncos over the Bengals. Neck and neck here with episode in the MVP. Rams over the Arizona Cardinals. The Eagles over the Dallas Cowboys. Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Carolina Panthers. Buffalo Bills over the New York Jets. Colts over the New York Giants. You got the Saints over the Raiders. Here's Jacksonville Jaguars over the Tennessee Titans. Cleveland Browns. Interesting. Now we get interesting here. Cleveland Browns. You believe in Jameis? Okay. It's the SF. It's the FSU up in here.
Yeah, he bought
Actually, it's Dorian Thomas. That is the.
It is Thomas. He is starting. That is a fact.
Jameis.
That is a fact. Browns over the Dolphins. Packers over the Vikes. Commanders he chose the Commanders over the Falcons, and he chooses the San Francisco 49ers over the Detroit Lions. Let's talk about that, Rob.
Okay, so see? two games I'm going
to
talk about in it. That's the 49ers over the Lions and the Browns over the Dolphins.
Yes,
Well, until I see the Dolphins win a cold weather game, I'm picking the Browns.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Tua is actually doubtful to play tomorrow with a hip injury.
Yes,
so, and with the 49ers and the 49ers and the Lions, I feel as though that the 49ers is going to, they know their playoff chances is done, but why not try to play spoiler for someone else? So this would be a good matchup because the Lions are probably looking forward to that week 18 matchup with the Vikings for the division and for the first place in the playoffs. So I think that this would be a good I think this would be a good game for Brock Purdy to bounce back. He only got this week and next week to show that his style of play is going to be worthy for San Francisco to take that step forward and renegotiate his contract for an extension. So I mean, that's what he's playing for right now. Because the last few weeks he didn't look a little purdy. Not too much Brock. We weren't seeing the beat. We were seeing just Purdy. He just been
Purdy.
Yeah,
Pun intended. Pun intended. Oh man. I agree with you. You said something that made sense. And those Rock, man, Rock just did some homework in this because the Dolphins cannot win a cold game. They are terrible in a cold game. They always been, even back in Marino days, they just been not good in cold weather. It makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. It's going to be fucking cold in Cleveland. I've only been in Cleveland once, I believe, and it's cold.
It's cold. Right on the way.
I've been to Cleveland a few times.
It's cold.
Cleveland and
it's cold, bro. Yeah, that shit is real cold. Like it's the Hulk, that Hulk cold. Like Mark said, you on the lake. That shit is cold, bro. Cold. And I don't know if Tua can hold up. We all see the Dolphins in the past against Kansas City. I know you're gonna say host. That was just one game, but
do we need to rewind the clock to Thanksgiving when they went to Green Bay?
Played Green Bay.
Yeah, Green Bay. Yeah, they played with the shits in that one.
Or when they made the playoffs.
Josh Jacobs said them boys over there look cold.
Yeah.
When they went to Buffalo a couple years ago and couldn't.
Yeah. There you go. They went to Buffalo and it was snowing. Oh God, damn! Remember that? Let's go way back. Leon Lett. I mean, not Leon Lett. I'm sorry.
That wasn't cold game.
It was cold as shit. Yeah, it was cold as hell. You know what I'm saying? So, Dolphins. I agree. And that's called smart thinking there on the count of the MVP. On the count of the MVP, man. Well, good Lord. Well, the picks are all in. Ladies and gentlemen. End of the show. One of these guys gonna get this title. Y'all neck and neck on some games, so this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Rock, you gotta get you a crown, man. You gotta get you a crown here.
Hey, I'm the MVP. I'm good.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hold on.
That's what I'm talking about. MVP.
When Joel Embiid had that same energy, you roasted him. Don't do that.
I mean, hey, I've been a champion. I just never been the MVP.
All right.
I done held titles. Remember my first time on the show?
Yeah.
I took that long reigning, defending NFL championship from you. So I didn't won my title. I just ain't won the MVP. Like my man Tatum said, I won titles. I won a title. I can work on the single accolades after.
It's stayed.
Both sides, man. That's what we do.
I like that, baby. That's what I'm talking about, man. You gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what was song get? I got on the MVP. That man said, I got the MVP. I'm good. You love it. Gotta love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, oh, man, what a hell of a show. It's good to be back. Man. Again, man, it's good to be back and talking sports with these two guys right here, man. I tell you, I miss them. Listen, man, we miss y'all too out there. Again, we hope you guys had a happy, Merry Christmas. And we are going into 2025 strong, ladies and gentlemen. That is our show for today. As always, we want to thank you for watching another episode of the Real to Sports Talk Show. Please remember, before y'all get out of here, before you do anything else, before you go make a big ass sandwich, before you do anything, hit that like button for Mr. Episode, Young Mark, and the podcast MVP, Rockstar Rock. Please do that for us. Please do that for us. And if you ain't done it yet, hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell for all notifications, man. Come chill with us, and thank you for chilling with us this Saturday afternoon, man. Thank you guys. Speaking of MVP, why not have him take us out?
All right. Well, first off, I'd like to say RIP to Greg Gumbel. Truly missed.
Thanks.
Condolences go out to the Gumbel family. I don't know him personally, but your family member, Brian Gumbel, your brother Greg Gumbel, affected a lot of people's lives, especially in the Black community. He affected a lot of people's lives outside of the Black community as well, and he gave us with his tutelage and him being the voice of NCAA and things of that nature and sports around the world. He he also helped us pioneer the way to be in this platform today as having Real to Sports. So he will be truly missed. And everybody be safe, have a safe weekend, have a safe, happy new year. Shout out to my family, shout out to my friends, and Real to Sports.
Let's go, baby. And that is words from the MVP. I agree, man. Gumbel, man. God damn, he trailblazer. If it weren't for guys like him, we wouldn't have a podcast. We're going to be sitting here amongst ourselves, talking amongst ourselves about sports, talking to you, the world, YouTube. Give me y'all sports, man. So, Gumbel, man. Trailblazer. Only miss, man. But, again, man, it's good to be back here again, man. It's been a long time since we left you. Without a dope beat to step to. Again, man, thank you guys for showing up, man. Thank you for showing up, man. And ladies and gentlemen, me and Mr. Episode, Young Mark, we'll be back. We'll be back this coming Tuesday night, and we will talk about what went down from week 7 at the country.
Oh, I can join on Tuesday. I'm off on Tuesday.
Okay. Well, the MVP will be with us. The MVP will be with us this Tuesday as well. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk about what went down from week 17, man. We will have all the scores from around the NFL. So come on back this Tuesday night at 7 p.m. because we got sports to talk about live right here on YouTube, man. Remember, mental health is a very, very, very serious thing. Very, very serious thing. And I must say that each and every show, it is a very, very serious thing, man. So please support mental health. Support mental health, man. Show love to the Green Ribbon, man. Go talk to someone. Never fight alone. Never fight that thing alone, man. It's somebody out here to talk to. And everybody around the world that's watching, man, please be safe and stay safe. And we'll see you guys Tuesday right here on the Real to Sports podcast. And that, my friends, is an order.